Hi everyone, welcome to our story time. Today we are going to hear a tale from Beatrix Potter, and it is called Bella and the Big Ben Bell. So let's begin. Once upon a time there was a little girl called Bella who lived in a small village by a river with her mother. And lo and behold, she saw a little mouse wearing a blue jacket and a red waistcoat. "I'm moving my house because the river is rising and this rock is blocking the entrance." Then the mouse hurried home and soon returned with his wife and children. They had come to thank Bella for her kindness. "Oh, what must I do?" he asked. That night Bella felt sorry for the mouse and his family having to sleep in the cold shed. So she made them a comfortable bed out of some rags and gave each of them a blanket. She put them on and they sparkled in the light. Then she went to tell her mother about her gift. "Oh, Bella," cried her mother, "these earrings must have cost a fortune." The lady smiled and said, "I'm the keeper of the bells. What must I do?" "Go home and get some rest," said the lady. "You can start work tomorrow." So Bella returned home and told her mother about her new job. "A job?" scoffed her mother. "You haven't even started and already you're coming home with tales of magic. Your mother has been ill and she wants to see you." Bella was very surprised to hear that her mother was sick. She hadn't thought about her for years. And Bella continued to visit the mouse and his family every evening. Oh, and that reminds me. I almost forgot to mention that when Bella returned to work at the tower, she took the mouse and his family with her. They lived in a small room inside the clock tower, and the mouse and his children helped Bella with her work. And suddenly, she felt very guilty for not visiting her sooner. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you never miss any of our magical stories. Until next time, goodbye. But Bella just shook her head and went to bed. "If you're willing to work for me, you can have any bell you like." She wound the clocks, polished the bells, and swept the floors. And every day when the clock chimed, she rang the bells. Bella worked there for 7 years, and every day she rang the bells. But she never forgot the little mouse and his family. Every evening when she returned home, she would give them some bread and cheese and make sure they were warm for the night. "Oh, really?" cried Bella. "That would be wonderful. Can you accept such a valuable gift from a mouse?" Bella was very upset to hear her mother speak like that about the mouse, especially after all he had done to help them. When she arrived, she found her mother very weak, and she stayed with her day and night until she recovered. Bella looked after her so well that her mother completely forgot about their arguments. She also gave them some bread and cheese, and told them to eat up before it got hard. "You haven't forgotten me, have you?" She turned around and saw the mouse. "Oh, it's you," said Bella. "How did you find me?" "I followed you," said the mouse. "And I must say you've done very well for yourself. You have a fine home here." "It's not mine," said Bella. "I only work here." Then she said, "You can sleep here tonight, but from now on you must live in the pantry. It'll be much warmer in there." "Just keep the mice out of the pantry," said Bella. "And to show my gratitude, I'd like to give you a present." "Oh no, thank you," said Bella. "I don't need anything." But the mouse insisted. "Please accept this," he said, handing her a small box. "There are some nice cheeses there, and I don't want them stolen." "Of course," said the mouse. "Is there anything else?" Bella would say that the mouse and his family should live in the pantry, and her mother would say they should be out on the streets. Then one day, Bella and her mother were arguing as usual, and Bella ran out of the cottage and into the fields. She walked for a long time until she came across a large hill. At the top, she could see a tall tower with a clock face on it. And the clock chimed 3 o'clock. "Well," said Bella, "we have very little food in the house. If I could have one of those bells, I could hang it on my bedroom ceiling and listen to the chimes all day." Just then, Bella heard a voice behind her. "Did you say you'd like one of my bells?" She turned around and saw the most beautiful woman standing in front of her. Her hair was braided with blue ribbons, and she wore a long white gown. "And I'd like you to send some of your friends round to gather up all the scraps they can find. We'd be very grateful for some extra food." "That won't be a problem," said the mouse. "My friends will be happy to help." And Bella quickly invited them all to stay in her cottage until the river receded, and the mouse family agreed. "But it's no use. I'm far too weak to budget." "Well," said Bella, "you can stay in my house until the water goes down, and you can pay me for my trouble by working for me one day." "Thank you so much," squeaked the mouse. "That would be a great help." He was trying to move a large stone, but he was far too weak to do it on his own. Now, Bella and her mother were very poor, and their only possessions of value were the clothes they wore and the cottage they lived in. And even the cottage was falling apart. Its roof leaked when it rained, and its windows rattled in their frames. So Bella's mother said that they couldn't stay there much longer. Then one day, Bella and her mother were walking along the riverbank, when Bella noticed an opening between two rocks and went to investigate. "Can I help you?" asked Bella. "Thank you kindly," said the mouse. So Bella pushed the rock out of the way and then helped the mouse carry his house to safety. The next day, Bella told the mouse, "Now that you're not busy with your house, you must work for me as promised." And so the mouse and his friends spent the day searching the village for food scraps, and brought back enough to last Bella and her mother many days. But just before they went to sleep, the mouse said to Bella, "You know, you're a very kind girl, Bella." The next morning, Bella opened the box and found the most beautiful earrings she had ever seen. And from that day on, Bella and her mother argued all the time. "How lovely," thought Bella. "Oh yes," said Bella. "I love the sound of the bells. But how could I possibly own one? They must be worth a fortune." "Very well, I'll start right away," she said. The next morning, she returned to the tower and began work. One day, Bella was ringing the Big Ben when she heard a familiar voice behind her. "Well," said the mouse, "it's time you came home." "Oh, thank you for telling me," said Bella. "I'll go and see her right away." Then she hurried home. From that day on, Bella and her mother lived together happily. And that's the end of our story. Thank you for listening.